morning everyone students. So this is analytical lab for chemical engineering department. So here you will be having all sophisticated instruments, GC, TGA-DTA, DSC, FTIR and UV spectroscopy as per your syllabus. So as soon as you enter the lab, and first of all before going to experiment you need to log in your details in your logbook. So you need to write your ID, name and your equipment, which equipment you are going to use, and what purpose of research work you are going to do, and under whom supervisor you are doing, and date and in and out time. So after filling the details, so you need to go respective equipment where you going to perform the experiment. So once you log in details in your lab, so you have to come back to the DTA instrument. So here it will be like placed your DTA logbook again here. So again you need to enter your details. So which date you are conducting experiment, date, your name, ID and your mobile number, and what time you are starting experiment and what time it is ended. So those details you have to fill in your logbook. So once you fill the logbook, so before starting your experiment you need to go through the procedure. So you need to completely study the manual of your TGA manual. So after reading completely, then you need to perform the experiment. So before starting experiment you have to thorough with your manual, then only you can start the experiment. So here it is the DTA-TGA experiment. So it will be like you will be having electrical furnace of DTA-TGA, mainly this is the instrument. And so before starting experiment we need to switch on the all equipments. So first we need to connect the power switch on, and here it is stabilizer will be there to control the power. And so this is the DTA-TGA furnace, so electric furnace where you are going to keep the sample and you will do the thermogravimetric analysis. So first if you switch on the power, this one, so you will be shown here initial first. After that it start displaying your temperature and DTA signal. So then it is showing temperature. Then after that it will be, if you press and click, it will show DTA signals. Then we need to switch on TA 60 watts and FE 60. For this all power instruments switches will be there backside. Then we need to connect the then we need to connect the system, switch on the system. So this is your second step of the second step and third step of your procedure. So this system will be automatically switched on. So as soon as you switch on the power, it will be switched on, and we need to switch on your air supply or nitrogen supply, whatever atmosphere, under atmosphere we wanted to perform the experiment. So now you finish all switching of instrument. Then if you look into like your panel, your manual, so it will be step by step explained everything. Then you will be having here 4 buttons. One is actually display, open and close, 0 and AUX and stop. So mostly we will work on these 3 buttons only: display, open or close and 0. So if you, as soon as you switch on this DTG60H, then you will be watched initial, then after that it will start displaying the temperature. Okay, it's a temperature is TG signal. So then if you want to go to like DTA signal, just you have to press it here once, then it will show DTA signal. So first, before performing experiment, so we need to check whether temperature of the TG, your temperature of the TG is like ambient temperature or not. Then if it is not, then you have to wait it. If it is temperature is like ambient temperature, then you have to click of this one display once. It will show the TG temperature. So what is the temperature inside? So you need to make this one 0. Then after that you press it once more, it will show that DTA signal. So this also you have to make it 0. Okay, so everything is performed. Okay, then you need to press and open and close button, then it will be open this furnace. As soon as you click this open and close button, so this furnace will be lift up, raise up. So here you will see the two pans. Furnace will be completely lift up and raised. So you need to see here whether pans will be like cleaned or not. So you need to check the pans will be cleaned. So just for lifting that opening pans, so you need to use the forceps to lift up the pans and take out the pans and place it inside backside. So with the this is how you used to handle. These pans will be very small and very sensitive. So yeah, I just take out sample pan. So it's a very small one and it's a clean one. I just checked. Okay. So you need to check it, this one sample pan, whether cleaned or not. So as per your manual, so sample pan will be placed RH side, okay, and your reference pan will be LH side. I need to press close and open button. So the furnace will be closed. So keep in mind, when it is opening and when it is closing, so you cannot do any functional key buttons. So even though if you press, it won't operate until it's closed for completely, until it's open perfectly. Then after it started displaying temperature, your TG temperature, and again we need to check the whether DTA signal and your your weight of the sample will be 0 or not. For that we need to just click on this display button. Okay, it's showing some error value, that we need to make it 0, and again one more press, so it's showing DTA signal, so that we need to make it 0. So if it is not coming to 0, just I suggest you to wait for 1 or 3 minutes. So it will be stabilized, because actually after, as soon as it's closed, it will take times to stabilize the complete system. So then again you need to check for after 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, so that you need to make it 0. Now I pressed 0, so it is showing constantly 0. Okay, again similar for DTA signal, so it's also showing 0. Now this entire system is ready to you're doing DTA TGA analysis. Setting pan sample pan. So we need to open first furnace by clicking open and close button. The furnace will be opened. So we need to wait till the furnace completely open. And as we know that, like your sample pan will be there, RH side, and LH side reference pan will be there. So you need to take out only sample pan to measure the particular weight of the sample. Completely your furnace open. So this is actually my sample pan, which is kept RH side, your right hand side. Just I am taking out. So for taking out sample pan also, there's a steps you need to follow. You need to keep your hand like this to give support to your taking out sample pan. So just you have to take it like this. Okay. So after taking this sample pan, you need to go to the weighing machine. So there simple balance weighing machine, there you have to measure the sample. So at particular sample, what sample you wanted to keep inside the sample pan. So now I'm taking to the weighing balance. So here these are the two things you are going to use for sampling. So one is actually a spatula for taking out sample from your sample bottle and keeping in the sample pan, and it's your forceps to hold your sample pan. So we need to check whether both are cleaned or not. If it is not clean, so just you have to clean with your tissue paper to ensure that it should be clean. If sample pan also, if it is not clean, so that also you have to clean by forceps. So just small tissue paper I have taken. I just hold with this forceps like this, and I'm keeping inside and just rotating with the help of forceps. So if now after cleaning both, so just I am keeping this one on weighing balance. So you need to tear the weighing balance, weight of the pan, sample pan. So just wait for this one. So it came stable. Now I'm just tearing that pan of the weight. Copper sulfate pentahydrate. So just we need to measure the weight. So it's 7 milligrams. It's 7 milligrams. So I just I wanted to keep in range of 5 to 20 in between. So you can take it. So I mostly prefer 5 to 10 milligrams only. It's around 7.13 milligrams. So after came to stabilized weight, so just you need to take out the sample from pan from the measuring weighing balance and go to DTA TGA experiment. So we have to keep it back. Yeah, I'm just keeping back on the detector side of RHS side. So you need to keep in mind it's very sensitive, it's very thin one, just you have to handle very carefully. After keeping sample pan, just press button close. So once you press the close button, so it will be closed furnace completely. Then you need to check before starting your experiment, you need to check your weight. So yeah, it's coming 7.091, okay, as we measured. So then we need to check DTA signal should be 0. So it is actually showing some error, 0.529. After clicking 0, so it will comes to 0. Okay, so if it is not coming still, then you need to wait for 1 or 2 3 minutes. So it will comes to 0. So now this is completely about setting of the sample pan. So once if you done with the setting of the sample pan, now we need to go for step measuring procedure. Once you done the setting sample pan procedure, then you have to comes to the system. So there you will do the complete measuring procedure. So before starting your experiment and everything, so you need to check whether wall is opened or not. So here it is wall open. If it is like this position, it's a closed, and you need to lift up its open position. So now its wall is open. Now comes to the system step 2 in your measuring procedure. So you need to click on the TA 60 watts collection monitor icon. So if you click it, it will be displayed like this. Okay, so you need to connect that DTG60 to the system. So by clicking this one, then completely this display monitor will be changed. Okay, so now it is connected your DTG60 to your system. Then we need to go measuring option. Here it is showed measuring option. Then we need to click on measuring parameters. Then measuring setting parameters display will be opened. So this display you can see temperature programming, sample parameters, and file information. Okay, so we need to fill up these 3 things. So here in the temperature programming, from where initial temperature you wanted to start, generally we start from room temperature. If we are having particular temperature, it will be given which temperature you wanted to start. It is actually given here 25. And heating rate, so at what rate you wanted to increase rate of step of increasing the temperature. So just I am keeping 10. Okay, now what is the final temperature? You given initial temperature and you given final temperature. And if you want to keep any holding time, suppose after coming to initial temperature 25 degrees centigrade, so you wanted to hold system completely for 1 or 2 minutes, then you can give for holding time and all. After reaching 800 degrees centigrade, then if you want to hold the system for a certain time, then you can give holding time. So this is function of holding time. And so once you given initial time, heating rate, and holding time, so he can information of your step 6. Here you can see lot number, sample name, that completely belongs to the sample information. So now I am just entering my sample: copper, CuSO4 5H2O, copper sulfate pentahydrate. Okay, it's a Cu, this thing. So we need to measure the what is the sample weight. So if you clicking by read weight, so the sample weight will be automatically read. Think just like what is a pan platinum, so which one we are using, air, and what is the rate of the flow of this air flow. So we are using air, so what rate we wanted to give, so that airflow rate is 10 ml per minute, generally will use it. And who is operator, so operator name, so we need to give it. So once if you done with all these things, so comes to the sample parameter. So here is actually your sample time. So it's a sample time, it's like, you know, at how many seconds you wanted to take the each data. Suppose if you enter like, you know, 1, every 1 second it will system will be like, you know, system will be read the data from the your instrument. So that is the meaning of your sampling time. So here you can see in the temperature programming, so you can read completely 99 steps. You can give completely programming of 99 steps of the your temperature programming. So which is mentioned your step 5. So once if you done everything, just click on OK. Then so now we done with the sample parameters, setting of the sample parameter. So go to step 9. So here as per your step 9, so start button is there, just click on start button. Then so your actually folder will be, start folder will be opened. Then here again you have to give it your sample name details, copper sulfate pentahydrate, and you need to give the folder by browsing where you wanted to save your particular sample. So just I am going to the specific folder of my sample where I wanted to save. Just I chosen the path where I wanted to save this complete information, because this is a very important thing. So once if you done the experiment, so the complete data information will be like, you know, saved in particular this folder where you have given. So before starting your experiment, just click on read weight. So your completely data is weight is read from the instrument to system. So this is a final weight which is actually read. Then everything if you done, then you click on start button, this one. Now your experiment is completely starts. So if once actually given clicking number, so this is actually temperature, control temperature right now it is 13.49. so we have given 25. Till 25 reaches, the instrument won't start doing thermogravimetric analysis. So once it is reaches to the temperature 25 degrees centigrade, this complete display will be changed to red color. Okay. So once it is reaches to temperature, then this completely displays changes to red color. Now it means like, you know, system is active now. It will read the data from your instrument. So it will do analysis. So here you can see what is actually remaining time. It will completely complete the experiment. It will take 1 hour 17 minutes, and your weight of the sample and temperature and everything. So we can read it. So after 1 hour 17 minutes, whatever it's showing you time. So after 1 hour 17 minutes, its system completely done with the analysis. So it reaches to 800 degrees centigrade. But so it will reaches to 800 degrees centigrade after 1 hour 70 minutes. But it will take certain time to cool down again back to your room temperature, ambient temperature. So we need to wait till up to reaches to 30 degrees centigrade. Once it is reaches to the 30 degrees centigrade from 800 to again cooling back, then you need to go back to the your instrument. After reaches to the 30 degrees centigrade, so instrument is actually, you have to come back to instrument, then you have to click on open and close button. Then the completely furnace will be lift up. Then you have to take out your sample pan and you have to clean it, and you have to keep it back respective place of RHS side, right hand side, you have to keep it back. So this is a procedure how do we do sampling and measuring parameter. Once you done with the completely measuring parameter, then you have to go step of next one, data collection procedure. So right now we need to wait for 1 hour 70 minutes plus cooling time of the furnace till up to reaches to 30 degrees centigrade. So after reaching this 30 degrees centigrade, so then you have to go to data collection procedure. So once after done everything, so it will reach us to the 800 degree temperatures to your room temperature, 30 degrees centigrade. Then you click open button. So you have to take out your sample pan and you need to clean the sample pan. So you have to take it completely, whatever the residue present, so that you have to clean it and you have to take it back. So this is, I am taking out my sample pan. So just I am cleaning. So once you ensure that it's completely cleaned, then you keep it back to the original place where you have taken and close the furnace. So once after completing measuring procedure, so now we need to go for step data collection. So for going to data collection step, so we need to click icon here, TA60. So just you double click it, it will be open TA60 window. Then you go to file menu here, which is first one. Here it will be shown like, open, find and like files name. Then go to open. So through this browser, so you need to go respect to the file location where you actually saved the file. So I'm just going to that location. So this is whatever file name I have given, copper sulfate pentahydride. Just click open. Now your complete file is actually loaded in TA60 window. Then so go to step number 3. So we need to click file. So it will be shown is ASCII conversion. So just click on ASCII conversion. This ASCII conversion window will be open. So now we need to browse where you wanted to save the converted file. So just I given converted file location here. I am with the file. So just I given copper sulfate pentahydride file name and I just given the file location where I wanted to save the converted file. Then click on convert. So finish conversion. It's showing like dialog box, conversion is completed. So just we need to cross check it. I'm just going to file location where is given. Yeah, it is converted file in the text format. So if you open this text file, so everything information will be shown, your sample date, what time actually what day your experiment conducted, time and like details of the sample, okay, and what is the weight and everything, and along with that your date, time, temperature, DTA input and TGA analysis reading will be shown here. So we need to use this temperature, DTA and TG value, and we need to plot graph between temperature versus DTA and TGA. So once after you done everything, so now we need to go exit window. So in the exit window you have to switch off the all instrument buttons, whatever you switched on, from the right from the your DTG62, TA 60 watts, C60 WS and this one FC60, and you have to shut down your system. So after that you have to close the everything windows, just you have to close it, this all windows. So you have to shut down the system. This is done with your exit window. So you have to take the data from through pen drive. So after taking data you have to plot graphs between temperature versus DTA and TGA. So this is how you will do DTA TGA experiment. So that's it.